مرحبا كيف حالكم? Welcome to learn Arabic online with Loubna Duymayan. History never really says goodbye. History says see you later. So, we all keep saying it was, I was, you were. That is to say, at a certain point, you have to revive the past. The part of our lives that we know the most is our past. Since we are blank and clueless about the future, and the present is a quick transition or a short bridge between the two very different epochs. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. That is why we call it the present. Or maybe history is not was, it is. So, a verb must be in charge of bringing up our past, our memories, our old stories. The verb kāna. Kāna is the verb in mission to revive the old days. If there is the fact of existing, كون. كون is the verbal noun of kāna, the state of being. A verb must be in charge of this performance to define this reality. To be or not to be, that is the question. kāna is a form 1 hollow verb. فعل أجوف. I keep repeating the same terms over and over for you to memorize it. So, this hollow verb implies the meaning of to be, to exist, to happen, to occur, which conjugates exactly like any other hollow verb, the way I have taught you in the previous lesson. Please note that kāna has a noon as a final radical. That noon is written with a shadda emphasis sign, the slanted W, whenever a suffix beginning with a noon is added to the conjugated verb. Thus, we have كنا, this one, كنا, for the first person plural, نحن, we, rendered in English as we were. One major function of this verb is to put a nominal sentence, جملة اسمية, in the past tense. For example, I am a human. أنا إنسان. I was a human, but I'm not anymore. Maybe I am a zombie. Kidding. كنت إنسانا. So this is the past version of this nominal sentence. كان is an incomplete verb. فعل ناقص. Because its meaning remains unfinished without the presence of a predicate. Or for the reason that this kind of verb do not indicate any action, event, occurrence or happening by itself. So if I say كنت, I was, Okay, you were what? We have to finish the sentence. Or kāna, it was. Okay, where's the rest? We also refer to it as the verb of alteration. الفعل الناسخ. From the verb نسخ. نسخ is to change, to alterate, but it has other meanings also. But here it means that an alteration is happening with this verb. So since it discards the nominal sentences by acquiring their subjects and predicates to become a finished, complete sentence. So it is using the nominal sentence for this purpose, to be finished. So this scene shows that kāna has an apparent impact on the nominal sentence when it precedes it. So what is the grammatical function of this verb? So when kāna intrudes the nominal sentence, the subject al-mubtada of that sentence is then called the noun of kāna. Ismu kāna. So kāna doesn't take a subject, it takes a noun. Alright? Ismu kāna. And remains in the nominative case, marfu'. The case doesn't change. Marfu' with dhamma, the u sound. The predicate of that subject, al-khabar, becomes the predicate of kāna. Khabaru kāna. So kāna has ism and khabar. And takes the accusative. So the predicate that was in the nominative case once it was belonging to the nominal sentence is now in the accusative case with the fatha sign, with the a sound. The predicate may be seen as singular, mufrad, or a prepositional phrase. Prepositional phrase means shibh jumla. Shibh, like a sentence, literally. Shibh jumla. شبه جملة prepositional phrase شبه جملة جار ومجرور. جار preposition and its genitive. جار ومجرور. Alright? Or adverbial phrase شبه جملة ظرفية. So when it has an adverb, ظرفية. Or a verbal sentence or a nominal sentence. So the predicate can take any of these forms. So what is the theoretical function of kāna? Kāna is useful for the fact that the name of kāna carries the quality of the predicate in the past tense. For example, كان نجيب محفوظ كاتبا كبيرا. Najib Mahfoud was an Egyptian, a famous Egyptian writer. So Najib Mahfoud was a great writer. So the nominal sentence of this one is Najib Mahfoud. Najib Mahfoud كاتب. See, here we have double dhamma. كاتب كبير. So this is the nominal sentence of this one. We have the subject, Najib Mahfoud, the name of the writer, and the object, كاتب كبير, a great writer. So in English we say Najib Mahfoud is a great writer. So we have the verb to be conjugated in the present. But during the translation, we just discard this. We don't use kāna to render it. But in the past, we do. What an interesting phenomenon. So, in the past, Najib Mahfoud was a great writer, rendered as kāna Najib Mahfoud katiban kabiran. And you see the inflection here from the nominative to the accusative. So this is ismu kāna, the noun of kāna, and the predicate of kāna with its modifying adjective, katiban kabiran. Alright? كنتما صديقين. You were, second person, dual, masculine. You were, both of you, friends. كنتما صديقين كلاكما. Both of you. كلاكما. Both of you. Alright? So you were, كنتما. This tuma is the suffix that implies the second person dual. Alright? الفلاسفة اليونانيون كانوا أذكياء. If we placed the verb كان before this subject, it will have just to match in gender. But if it follows the subject and the subject is plural, the verb, the conjugated verb, will have to match in number and gender. So I would say كان الفلاسفة اليونانيون أذكياء, or الفلاسفة اليونانيون كانوا أذكياء. The Greek philosophers were smart. Here أذكياء, normally this is an indefinite broken plural. Normally it has to take a nunation, double fatha like this. But this noun is diptote, change restricted. This is not our topic today. I will explain it in another lesson. That's why it has just one fatha, diptote. So, the Greek philosophers were smart. Alright? كان عندنا ضيف. So, the nominal sentence of كان عندنا ضيف is عندنا ضيف. We have a guest. عندنا ضيف. With this structure, with عندنا we have rendering the verb to have. عند plus the object pronoun. We have ضيف, the subject comes after. Alright? That's why when we will introduce the verb kāna to put this sentence in the past, this will be the ismu kāna, the noun of kāna, even if it comes in the end of the sentence. So ضيف is ismu kāna, and عندنا is خبر كان. So we had a guest. So we have a guest. We had a guest by using the verb كان. كانت المكتبة العامة أمام الجامعة. The public library was in front of the university. So here this is an adverbial phrase, شبه جملة ظرفية, the predicate of كان. Alright? Here مفرد, singular predicate, مفرد. Okay? يكون الجو جميلا في الربيع. Here كان is conjugated in the present tense. Actually, you don't even need to use it with in the sentence here, because if we say الجو جميل في الربيع, the weather is beautiful in spring, it's already, the meaning is already there. We don't need the imperfect of كان. This is extra, but rendered the same way in English. The weather is beautiful in spring. All right? Because here we didn't use it to refer to the past or to put the sentence in the past tense. يكون. كن لطيفا مع الآخرين. Here كان is conjugated in the imperative, so it loses its middle radical, the weak letter, as we have learned before. Be nice with others. كن لطيفا مع الآخرين. Alright. Or كان may refer or be used with a continuation concept. For example, كان سمير يزور أقاربه في الأردن كل سنة. Samir used to visit his relatives in Jordan every year. We have a repetitive event here. All right? كان is used to form a number of compound tenses with horrible names, such as the past perfect, the future perfect, past future, what is that? Past habitual, past progressive, and so on. And you say that Arabic is complicated. So what about this? All these tenses in English? Actually, Arabic is so simple. It has just past and present, and future is formed with a prefix plus the present tense. So literally we have like just two tenses. So change your mind about Arabic. It is simple. Well, simpler than English maybe. So, كنت قد درست اللغة العربية. قد may have the meaning of already or may, depending on the context. You had already studied Arabic. This is an example of the past perfect. So past perfect in Arabic is the perfect of كان plus the perfect of the following verb. So perfect plus perfect equals past perfect. كنا سنذهب إلى الشرق الأوسط. We were going to go to the Middle East. This is an example of the past future. So the past future is the perfect of kāna plus the future of the following verb. Alright? Here. عندما تقرأ هذا المكتوب سأكون قد انضممت للمنظمة. By the time you read this note, عندما تقرأ هذا المكتوب, I will have joined this organization. So this is an example of the future perfect. So future perfect is the future of kāna. This time we will include قد in the formula to form this tense, plus قد plus the perfect of the following verb to form the future perfect. كان سمير يزور أقاربه في الأردن كل سنة. Samir used to visit his relatives in Jordan every year. So, كان يزور perfect plus imperfect. كان يزور used to. So, we rendered it as used to because we have the continuation concept. And this is the indicator. كل سنة, every year. So usually, some sort of time indicator will appear in the sentence, revealing when something was being done repeatedly. This will help you distinguish between past habitual and past progressive. For example, كان سمير يجلس على الكرسي يشرب الشاي. عندما اتصل به صديقه. Samir was sitting on the chair drinking his tea when his friend called him. This is an example of the past progressive. Past progressive. Here, كان imperfect, perfect plus imperfect. So the combination of the perfect of كان plus imperfect verb is the same as for the past habitual in here. Perfect, imperfect, perfect, imperfect. However, past progressive sentences usually include some other past tense events that happened while the past progressive action was going on. So we have Samir sitting and drinking when his friend called him. So the calling happened when he was drinking and sitting. But here, visiting happens every year. So this is the way that you will differentiate between the two, the past habitual and the past progressive. هل كان ذلك واضحا? Was that clear? هل كان ذلك واضحا؟ Was that clear? Yes? No? I can't hear you. I have a short story for you using the verb kāna to teach you that kāna can change in meaning depending on the context. depending on the words following this verb. You will see. Let's find out. في هذا الكون. كون means existence, but also the world, which is an existence, the universe, the cosmos. There are also كون. So in this world, كان يا مكان. You will encounter this expression a lot if you read Arabic stories. Once upon a time. كان يا مكان. كانت هناك امرأة تدعى لبنى. There was a woman called Loubna. وكان عليها. كان عليها she had. So كان plus على means to have to. So كان عليك. You had to. كان عليها. She had to. أن تختار. When you have أن plus the imperfect of any verb, you will render it as the English infinitive. أن تختار. اختار means to choose. اختار. To choose. أن تختار to choose. So this is the imperfect in the subjunctive form when it's preceded by أن تختار. So she had to choose. بين between. أن تكون. أن تكون is an infinitive or a gerund of to be. To choose between being and تكون. Being or to be. أن تكون. أن plus the imperfect of كان. تكون. So since we already used an infinitive, let's use the gerund. Let's make it followed by a gerund. So to choose between being a wolf, ذئبا, أو إنسانا. So this is the predicate of the verb كان. That's why it is in the accusative. So being a wolf or a human. كانت تعتقد. كان plus the verb اعتقد to believe. كان plus اعتقد means to believe. She believed that أن with the emphasis sign means that كونها إنسانا, that being a human, يحتاج إلى needs. يحتاج إلى to need. احتاج mostly is followed by the preposition إلى to complete the meaning. احتاج إلى needs more. مزيد. مزيد in the genitive because it's preceded by the preposition إلى. مزيدا. مزيد من الشجاعة. Needs more courage. مزيد من الشجاعة. More courage. من أي وجود آخر. More than any other existence. وجود. Another word for existence. وجود. وجود. كون. Means existence. وقد تكون على حق. And she might be right. قد تكون means might. So قد may. Alright? قد may. Or already, but here we have قد تكون might. قد plus the imperfect of kāna equals might. She might be right. قد تكون على حق. So this is my story. Do you have one? If not, you write it and you use kāna. Alright? Until then, you miss me and you like me and you keep learning Arabic. إلى اللقاء.